I can't fucking believe, I can't believe I just did that. But it's fine, it's fine. I'll do it again because my mic wasn't on and I just recorded the whole review and got shit. So here we are, the Deadpool and Wolverine movie review. What is good, people? It is your boy, T-Rav, and I'm here right now to talk about this Marvel greatness. Greatness? Oh, maybe. Oh, let's get into it. Heavy spoilers. I'm sweating already, so I'm not about to hold back on this movie because I think that here we go, son. We are back and we're cooking with some grease. You understand me? This might be the best duo in all of Marvel. I'm not gonna lie to you. In terms of the characters and how they work together and the dynamic that they have, this has to be the best, bro. I'm thinking about the other partners out there. And it's like, we got Winter Soldier, we got Captain America, we got Peter Quill, we got, niggas won't think of that one. I like that. Those my boys, those my dogs right there. Still hate you, Peter, for what you did, but love that combo. Natasha Clint, it's nice. Who else we really got like that? I mean, there was like Hulk and Thor, but that was really more Hulk and Valkyrie. So, you know, there's great duos out there in this universe or whatnot, but this just takes it to the next level, son, because with Deadpool and his constant making a mockery of just everything, he literally gets characters killed, talk shit on their name, and then comes and talks to their friends and it's like, oh man, I don't know what happened to him. It's crazy. Like, dude, just, I'm sure in one day he'll come back. It's like, yo, what are you doing, man? And it's so good. It's so good. I'm not a big fan of Ryan Reynolds comedy. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm just not. But it just works for this character, bro. It really does. And I'm sure it's just how the character is as to why it works like that. But I don't know, man. I think that shit works great. And then to have Hugh Jackman in this mix in the back, just exposing this dude, because he's reacting like a normal person, but the way he does it and how grizzled that he is, it just makes it so funny, dude. It makes it so funny. And the way that they're just constantly kind of trying to kill each other for the first what, hour and 45 minutes of this movie. I mean, it's a long movie now. It's a long movie, but still really good. The pacing wasn't stretched out or anything like that. It didn't feel like we were in a rush, and I don't really know too much of what you need to cut out to make it better, because I didn't look at my phone. I didn't look at the time not once. So that's always a good sign, man. Absolutely always a good sign. But to start out the gates with Wade Wilson, Deadpool, chilling with his crew or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and the TVA comes for him. They've singled him out and chosen him to go off to another universe and do stuff. The only problem is they're gonna go ahead and prune his universe, kill all his people. And the reason for this is because his universe has lost their anchor being. Now, I don't know if this is a concept that they had introduced before, but it does make sense to a degree. I don't necessarily know why Wolverine would have been the anchor being in this universe, but apparently it was, and their universe is eventually going to wither away to nothing because Wolverine is dead now. And the villain Paradox is just a flunky for the TVA, bro. And he's taking off on the side, taking some people, and he's gonna try and continue the work that the TVA used to do. I understand that, you know, things are different. You're not as efficient, maybe, but it's for the best. And you got the big man up in control up there. Shout out to Loki, my dog. Why are we doing this? Yeah, but he just basically wants to speed up the process, because it's like, why wait and watch this thing destroy itself over thousands and millions of years when we could just go ahead and take care of this thing right now? So Deadpool, in typical Deadpool fashion, not gonna go for that, but doesn't necessarily fight. And what does he choose to do? Go to another universe and pick up the perfect Wolverine to replace his own. But little does he know, he goes and he chooses the one Wolverine that failed his universe, and all his people died and all this stuff, bro. And it's like he's considered the biggest failure of all the Wolverines. And it's like, I mean, I get it, bro. I get it, but that's mainly like that's just perception, bro. Like he is our Wolverine, like through and through. And there really ain't no bitch in him. The only problem is that his whole team got killed because, you know, he was drunk at the bar and came back too late. But it was more about he just didn't want to let the team know that he really wanted to be there. He always has to do his own thing. He's a lone wolf. He is the Wolverine. It's just the way he carries himself and how long he's lived and all the movies he's had without the X-Men. This dude kind of rolls on his ones a lot of the time. And it is pretty poetic that they were trying to get him to wear a suit and all that stuff. And now that they're gone, he does wear it all the time. I like that. I like that storytelling and stuff. And that's why I think Wolverine is especially necessary in this movie, because he balances out Deadpool, bro. He really does. Because even when Deadpool has his emotional moments where he recognizes that he's a failure and that he's mediocre in pretty much every way, as powerful and as OD as he is, he treats everything like a joke, nothing serious, and he wants to be taken serious, and he wants his life to matter because this girl gave him the mission to be a part of something bigger than himself, part of something more. In Hoagie Roll. Hoagie Roll. Iron Man's assistant, I call him Hoagie Roll because I always forget. Hogan, Hoagie. He breaks it down. It's like, look, the Avengers do things not for themselves. They're doing it for the people. They're doing it regardless of whatever has to do with themselves. And that's the difference between your motivations and theirs. They're not doing it to make themselves feel like they matter. Okay, they're just doing it because they matter to the people. And that's all it is. And that I completely understand that logic. I really, really do. I don't think that necessarily holds up with all the Avengers, especially how they started. Certainly think you could use someone of that skill set, you know, someone that can't die and is expert with all weapons and all this other stuff. Be pretty nice to have. But alas, he doesn't get into the Avengers and he goes on this whole quest thing. And so Deadpool's kind of in limbo right now in terms of like where he wants his life to go. Wolverine's kind of in limbo as to what he needs to do. I mean, he feels like he has no purpose type thing, so all he does is get drunk as hell at the bar. Can't blame him though. Can't blame him. But now they have this new objective, new goal. Wolverine's under the impression he can somehow fix his universe while also saving Wade, so it's a perfect match. The only problem is, the only fucking problem, it's not Paradox. It's not Paradox, and thank my God, thank the gods that they brought in the real main villain of this story, and that is Charles Xavier's sister, Cassandra Nova. Oh, she was so good. She was so good. Not too many, but bald. Just have to get that out the way. Not too many people are that intimidating, but to see her move around like how she does, I'm sweating, people. I'm sweating. That's what an evil Charles Xavier would have been. Oh, fuck. That's nasty. That's nasty. The only difference is, and it's a good fucking thing, that she ain't exactly like her brother, because she has to actually touch people to get in their mind like that. And the way she does it too is just crazy. She's over here pulling Scarlet Witch moves, popping up behind people, sticking her fucking hand in people's head to mess with them and fuck with their memories and things like that. She does it to Deadpool once. And that shit was wild. That shit was wild. I do wish there was little more times where Deadpool would take things serious, but you know, that's just not going to be the case. I don't think this dude has actually gotten mad since he originally became Deadpool way back in movie 1, but regardless. And she's also does the same thing to Logan throughout the movie. because, you know, he's in a very, very dark place, but still going along with the mission and things like that. Now, she packs us up fucking bad. I mean, psychic force, boom, Wolverine in the ground, pack him up, get him fuck out of here. Deadpool, boom, get the fuck out of here. Yeet that motherfucker. Okay. They stand no shot, no chance. And when we're able to escape, we run into the other surprise characters that got brought into this movie. It was, I did not see that shit coming, man. I did not see that shit. Blade. It's Blade. What? That shit was fucking tough, son. No way you could have told me that Blade was gonna be in this movie. Okay, even at Elektra. I'm sure most of y'all don't remember that movie. I remember watching the movie, but I don't remember a single thing about the movie. That's just the truth, bro. And I'm sure that movie was made, because it, man, had to be early 2000s. Had to just have been made in a time where the comic book movies just wasn't hitting like that. Okay, Blade aside, this movie's heat. Elektra's movie is forgotten to the past. Okay, and it probably needs to stay there. I'm glad she got her extra little shine. Time to throw her away again. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go hard on you, Elektra. I'm sure you're mega badass in the comics, all that stuff. People don't hate me, okay? I'm just talking about the movie. I'm just talking about the movies, okay? And then we got Gambit. Oh no, they stumbled onto something with this. It's so stupid because it's Channing Tatum as Gambit, the X-Men. And dude, this man has a French but Creole accent, and it reverts back to being regular English, and it's fucking dumb. And I was asking myself, like, yo, his accent is all over the place right now. And then Deadpool just can't help. He can't help himself. He's like, who is your dialect? Cause the minions? And facts, bro. This man wasn't speaking words after a while. No, why is he getting, and Deadpool says it, why is he getting all the exposition when no one understands what he's saying? It's so good though. It was great, dude. Not gonna lie. And then also, Laura comes back into play. The child that Wolverine saved. And she plays a small little role in saving him in this movie. Like that story touch, great. Only problem I have with Laura in this movie is that they fucking nerfed her, dude. They nerfed her. There's no two ways around it. The abilities are the same. The fighting style is not, okay? The aggression, just the intensity that she had. And I understand this movie's not necessarily like how Logan was, so maybe you can't go as hard, even though we have full-on battle scenes of Deadpool and Wolverine just destroying each other. And we love it. We absolutely love it. We have a scene where hundreds of Deadpools get washed, son. Washed. But we can't let her go hard for her one real fight scene. Come on, man. Come on, man. And it brings me back to Blade, bro. It brings me back to Blade because Blade, his whole thing is being a fucking badass, bro. He's a fucking mega badass. He gets no cool entrance. He gets no notable fight scene to really speak of, to see him show out. I'm not gonna lie, that's my little nitpicks. But it was still cool to see them and to have them bring their assistance. Because they got to take out all these minions as we go back and try and take care of Cassandra. Because Cassandra now is kind of hijacked Paradox's plan and is taking the Time Ripper for herself. Okay. And it is a strange thing because Wolverine kind of connects to her because she feels like she was abandoned by Charles. And she's never really gotten to know him like that. And all she hears about is how great he is and all this other stuff. And he just broke it down to like, you know, like, he would have loved you too. That's the type of dude that he is. Okay, that he was. And so to a degree, she does let them off the hook multiple times. Okay, I just keep it real. She lets them off the hook multiple times because they can't do anything to her, bro. That's the ultimate thing. But they do outsmart her later on in the movie by stealing Juggernaut's helmet and putting it on her head to stop her abilities for the time. Okay. But it's just crazy, dude, because when she doesn't have that fucking helmet on and she's unleashed, it's way past what Charles was capable of. It just, in my mind, like from what we saw, and maybe Charles could do all this, but she gets fucking impaled by Wolverine. She gets stabbed and all these other things. And it just not, it doesn't register. It doesn't do anything. You see the marks, you see her bleeding. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Psychic abilities are fucking nuts, bro. It's just absolutely crazy. But it was cool how they were able to outsmart her and things like that. My only little problem with the Marvel movies sometimes is, bro, give me a solid ass ending fight scene, please. Please. Okay, and I understand abilities mad broken. How would they even fight someone like that? Gotta figure out some way to nerf her a little bit or something where she could just be partially nerfed throughout the fight. And then we get that final sequence. That would, because bro, in Dungeons and Dragons, we get a better final fight scene than we do in Deadpool versus Wolverine. Now, that's not to say that there weren't good fights in this movie, because there damn sure were. And most of them are the Deadpool Wolverine fights. The minivan scene. Oh my God, they were just destroying each other. And to see Wolverine move around, running on the ground with the claws going in the, oh no, moving like a real animal. That shit was nasty, bro. That is so good. So yeah, them fight scenes were top tier when they had them. I just wish we could have saved one for that very end. And even when Blade and Laura and Gambit were all there helping, man, forgot about Elektra already. I apologize. It's not my fault, okay? I'm sorry. Just a little forgettable. When they came together and was fighting the minions, can we not get a Guardians of the Galaxy style co-op battle scene? You know, and then we ain't even got to see all the tag team movements like that, but just the camera work that we saw in that. I just thought that was so good, and I feel like they could have probably gave a little more shine to our people in this battle if they would have kind of shot it like that. But again, these are just little nitpicks. I don't think these are any true big problems with the story or anything like that, but you just, I want to keep some of these characters feeling mad powerful, and it's mainly focused on Blade and Laura, because I already spoke about Laura and I already spoke about Blade, but just let them stay badass, bro. Even if they're nicer and things like that, and Blade not necessarily, but even if Laura is just a nice girl and stuff now, when she battles, let her go in, please. Okay, that's all I ask. That's all I ask. They showed off Gambit a lot. They showed him off a lot, and I can understand, and that's good too, because people need to know what type of powers he has. Okay, they really do, because I wasn't fully aware of all that he could do too. I just thought he played with cards. Well, clearly he could do a whole lot more than that, and he got a whole staff too. Kind of nice. They stumbled onto something with that. Bring him back. Bring him back, bro. I'm sold. I need Gambit as Channing Tatum now. It's fine. I like it. I just don't think that they're going to let that go after this one-shot movie. And I kind of feel the same way about Deadpool and Wolverine as the combo. With how much money this movie's probably going to make, there's no way, I think, that these two ain't going to be on screen together again at some point. Okay? It's just keeping it real. And overall, this movie was actually just a huge reset for Marvel, bro. It really, really was. Deadpool was on screen taking shots at everybody. DC, Fox, Disney, everybody. And then he starts going in on Marvel. And he does this when he's speaking to all the other Deadpools. He's like, can we just stop this multiverse stuff? It's like, it's bad. Yo, Marvel just, it's literally, they're using Deadpool as a press release to admit all this shit that they done fucked up over the last few years post Endgame. He's like, you know, after Endgame, it's just not the same. And he's right. He's right. He's right. And now I'm not about to see her switch up and act like I haven't liked several of the movies in the post Endgame saga that we have up to the current point. I think Wakanda Forever was really, really good. Again, that final sequence, but like, Namor was fucking cold to even be able to make Shuri formidable enough for me to believe. They did a good job with that. Guardians 3, I thought was really well done. But at the end of the day, where does that team go? And I love Rocket, and I love him. That team's kind of run its course, and now Peter's all doing his own thing. You know, it's like there have been good movies, but that hit that we need, we hadn't gotten it. And then you throw in things like Captain Marvel or the Marvels, excuse me. Oh, that's a little brutal. I'm not gonna lie, it is. Because, and I do think to a degree people misremember just how great the early Marvel movies were. But part of that is because their characters have long-standing legacy that you already build up their cachet off of, and that brings in the new fans. That brings in the people that already know the characters for years and years, because they're going to want to see what they look like on screen. But in these last few years, you focused on characters that didn't necessarily matter. Eternals isn't even coming back anymore, and part of that, you know, it's because no one gives a damn about any of the people in that movie except the guy that they killed off. And even he isn't really necessary. And I just must say, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't. This because this applies to both men, women. If you don't have no personality, and I'm specifically speaking about the Eternals main character, so I don't understand how the hell they thought this was gonna work. If you don't have no personality, could you just be a treat to look at? I'm just saying, bro. I'm saying, man. And it really can't work either way. Even if it's a man with no personality, he better be a handsome devil. It doesn't matter. We need to gravitate towards these people, these characters. You can't achieve that when you pump out content where we don't even remember the bitch's name. That's how bad it is. Can't allow that to happen anymore. So I do think this is a return to form a little bit where, you know, they got something good here, man. They got something good. So I'm looking for Marvel to kind of build off of this momentum. Overall, this movie was really good, man. I give it a I'm gonna say 7.5. I can't go full 8 because the runtime was a little long, even though the pacing was fine. And I just don't like how they resolved this villain personally. It was nice. I just don't necessarily care for it. When you dump, I mean, you had us about to bust a nut in them seats with the Deadpool Wolverine fights. Just give me one last one, baby. Just against Cassandra, because I know that shit could have been crazy. But anyway, and just my little things on keeping Laura and Blade how they are. Let them stay badass. That's my only real big issues with the movie. The character work that they did for these people was so good. And Wolverine is just, you knew he was gonna come in and hit just immediate. But to even get the little bit of emotions that we got out of Deadpool, that was really good. And Hugh Jackman's struggle, coming to terms with what he did and accepting that he's got to move forward and all that, like good stuff. And Laura being the one to kind of save him with her words, to getting back out in that field, to care about things again, to feel like he matters. That's what works so well. It's because Wolverine and Deadpool are both striving for the same thing for two very different reasons. And shit just works, man. But let me know what y'all thought about the movie, bro. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm very curious to see where y'all think Marvel's gonna go after this. Do you think that this movie was good? Do you think it was bad? Do you think that Marvel is back or they're dead? Let me know all that in the comments. I'll see y'all next time. It's your boy, and I'm out.